The woman retrieved buttons from a pile of discarded items, sorted them carefully, and then took them to a department store in the city to test the market. To her surprise, as soon as she poured the buttons onto the counter, they immediately caught the salesperson's eye. The salesperson eagerly asked Annie, "Are these imported?" Annie replied, "No, they're produced by our factory." The salesperson looked incredulous. After all, this was the largest button market in the area, yet even she had never seen such a wide variety of buttons. The diverse selection quickly attracted a crowd of customers, and even the store manager was drawn over. The manager asked, "Are all these buttons produced by your factory?" Annie answered, "This is just a small sample." To prove her point, Annie opened her neatly organized collection. In an instant, the counter was surrounded by eager shoppers. Seeing the opportunity, Yinhua immediately called the button factory, urging the director to supply her with goods as soon as possible. The director on the other end was astonished. How long would it take to sell 5 tons of buttons? He hoped Annie would request a smaller quantity, but Annie insisted on exactly 5 tons, and the sooner, the better. She also instructed him to send skilled young women from the factory who were familiar with the business and could represent Wenzhou's image to come to Hangzhou and work as sales clerks. Just like that, Annie successfully captured the Hangzhou market. But she wasn't content to stop there. She wanted their buttons to go global to reach international markets. So Annie promptly booked a flight to Paris, France. After an anxious period of waiting, she was reunited with the daughter she hadn't seen in over 20 years. Once her daughter settled her in, she hurried off to work. But Annie didn't idle around either. She knew exactly why she had come. With camera in hand, she walked the streets of Paris, snapping photos whenever she saw passers-by. Her goal was to capture the styles of buttons worn locally and bring the designs back home for mass production. However, she didn't realize that the French highly value their privacy, and her behavior was considered intrusive and rude. It wasn't long before she drew unwanted attention. As expected, Annie was detained by the police.